Hey, Blackburn Social Club. God bless America. First of all, not a boot video, not a style video. Total rant. If you read the description on my channel, I said it's about cars and clothes and cigars and things like that. And I don't do much content about cars. I don't do much. I just, I kind of get in that rhythm. But this one's going to be different. This was a total rant. And it's about, if you'll notice, there used to be a Ram charger sitting here. Right now I got it outside. This one got me to my core. So I bought this Ram charger maybe 6 months ago, and I actually bought two vehicles at roughly the same time. I bought a Dodge Ram, a 2500, the V10 Magnum. I wanted a truck, and I bought this Ram charger. I wanted something to be able to. I just wanted something a little different. I used to have a Porsche sitting back there. I sold the Porsche, bought a couple more things. And just so you guys know, I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm 47, and I've been messing with cars and trucks for 30 years. Longer than that, really, 31, 32 years. I've always bought and sold. I've always, back when they used to have these Wheels and Deals publications where you'd pick them up at a gas station and you'd be flipping the pages while you were supposed to be at school, and you'd circle things and call them as soon as you got home. And eBay come along and made this worldwide. It just made it available. You could buy things, ship them to you, 50, 60 photos. It made things available to you that weren't right down the road, weren't right down the street, you weren't passing it on your way home and whatnot. So I remember, the first handful of times that I would buy something long distance that my wife, she would just say, are you sure? Do you trust them? Do you this? Do you that? And me being me, always, I'm going to say an optimist when it comes to trusting your fellow man and just, having that sense of integrity. I would say things like, sweetie, there's 60 pictures for a reason. And they tell you, and then you've always got the power of asking somebody. And in my mind, when you ask somebody a question, when you say, does it have any rust? How does it run? Are there any electrical faults that I should know about? Is anything you want to tell me? When you ask people those questions, in my mind, people are honest. And it's a different animal if you don't ask them. But if you do ask and they give you an answer, it's as good as gold. I'm just one of those people. If somebody were to ask me that same question about anything I'm selling, then I list off, here's the things I know about. Here's the things I want you to come into this purchase knowing about. So here comes the rant. I'm so sick right now. I'm so sick. This Ram charger, for example, I asked all those questions. I found it on eBay. It was something I was looking for. It's what I would call it's probably like a 5-footer. It's one of those vehicles that looks great from 20 feet, looks great from 15, looks great from 10. Once you get about 5 foot away, you start to see, okay, the wheels are pitted, or, there's a run in the paint. You start seeing things like that. So it's about a 5-footer. Photos looked great on it. The description was great on it. I reached out to the gentleman and I started asking a few questions. And, again, we were separated by 8 hours and I didn't have the time to make the road trip. Now, Now, normally, guys, I would tell you, if it's at all possible, go and inspect these things in person. But again, I'm a trusting person. Integrity, is high for me. I would expect that out of others. So I ask some of the questions that I tend to ask. How's the paint? Paint's 10 out of 10. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty damn high score, but okay. How's is there any rust on the vehicle? No rust whatsoever. All right. We're getting somewhere. Any electrical issues I should worry about? Do all the gauges work? All the switches work? Everything does what it's supposed to do? Absolutely. Okay, how does it run? Is there any mechanical issues? Anything going? Nothing going on. You can drive this thing from A to B, anywhere in between, as far as you want. You could drive it home. You could fly in, drive it home. I get all those answers, and I think, okay, I'm going to trust this guy. He had a pretty good score, too. eBay's, they track scores, your feedback and whatnot. So I trusted. And then I got it here. And to be perfectly honest, I'm still torn on it because I like my old stuff, but I get it here and I realize first and foremost the paint is anything but a 10 out of 10. It's very much, it's been repainted, but not repainted, I will say it's been painted professionally, but it's not been what I'll say like a concourse restoration by any stretch of the imagination. You can see where they left the glass in, and they taped around it, which again, if you're going to do a quality paint job, you'd pull the glass. That way there's no tape marks, things like that. But I can see it. I can see a run here and there in the clear coat. I'm going to say the paint's a 7 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10. I get in it, and it's summertime. It's dead summer. And I go to start rolling windows down and things like that, and none of the windows work. Power windows don't work. At the time, I still had the guy's number, and I texted him, and I said, hey, I thought you said the windows worked and everything electrical worked. Oh, it does. It doesn't. It doesn't. So that was lie number 2 that the fella told me. As it sat there, now mind you, I'm busy. I got work to do, and I got boots to talk about. I got all this stuff going on. Well, I kind of set it there, and I don't mess with all of my stuff all the time. So I leave it there for a little while, knowing that I'm ordering a few parts, and I'm going to have to start testing things and getting relays and switches, and I'm going to start fixing all these things. I noticed that it leaks. And it leaks quite a bit, and so I'm dealing with some of that stuff. So this morning, I get out, and it's a gorgeous day outside. So this morning, I come out here and I go ahead and I start it back up, and I get it backed out of the garage, and I pull it around the front of the house, and then the front driveway, and I'm sitting there and I'm noticing that there's just the oil smell. You old car guys know what I'm talking about. Oil's burning off of the motor, but it's an excessive amount. It's not your typical drip or two. So I lay under it. The whole underneath of this thing is now wet from where it's been sitting so long. So when I'm saying the whole underneath, what I'm saying is the transmission gasket is just the whole pan is wet. The oil pan, wet. There's drips, there's, fuel. It's like you can't, there's not a single thing on this drivetrain that's not leaking. So I'm going to have to address that and clean all that up. But then I noticed the worst part about it. Just the whole floor pan has been cut out of this thing and just shoddily repaired. And then my heart sinks because, in my mind, the buck stops with me. And here's what I mean by that. And this is my rant. This is the whole reason for the video, because I've got kids in that house. My kids they watch me and they see what I'm doing. My son watches me, and I want to show him what being a real man means. And what that means is that when I sell that vehicle, I'm probably going to lose thousands, because it is not what the guy sold me. It needs work. It needs this. It needs that. Now, there's a few skeptics out there that are going to blame me for this and say, you should have inspected it. You should have this. I never that. I get it. I get it. But I trust people. I trust that when somebody tells me something, they're not lying. I trust that when somebody, especially when you ask someone something, when you're so clear and you specifically call out these things. And my mind goes back to when he would send me videos or walk-arounds, because I asked for all those things. I asked for a walk-around video. I asked for a video of underneath the vehicle so that I could see. Now I can play that back in my mind, and I see that he knowingly avoided certain things, and he showed me the things that were good to mislead me. And when I say the buck stops with me, that's what I mean. I can't go out there and just sell this thing. I can't go out there, or let me back up and say, I can't go out there and sell it without being forthcoming. I'm going to tell people, yes, there is a hole in the floorboard. It has been repaired, but it was not repaired correctly. It needs to be, readdressed. I'm going to have to take it to the shop, and I'm going to have to get all those leaks fixed, because I just, that's what I expect. That's what I would do. I don't want to do that to somebody. And I wonder, where are the people out there? I said I bought two. I'm dealing with problems on the second vehicle as well. So that was two in a row, bought at the same time by equally dishonest. I'm really wanting to cut loose on a few of these folks. Liars. So I'm asking this, and I'm like I said, one, I'm ranting. Two, I'm just still pissed. But three, I'm struggling internally with how do I teach my kids that you break that cycle here. If somebody does so, when they say do unto others as you would have them do unto you, they do not say do unto others as has been done to you. So it stops with me. So am I going to lose a few $1,000? Probably so. Should I lose a few $1,000 because that guy was had zero integrity, was a liar and worthless? And again, I hope the next 5 cars he buys all bomb out on him. I don't know. It's so disappointing. It's so disappointing because it does teach you lessons. The days of trusting people will come harder to me. I mean, will I do this again? Probably not. This one is a good burning lesson. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'll probably post this. I'll probably just because again, it can't all be about boots. But my God, what has happened to men that you can't just, hey, be honest. When a guy says, how's the rust? Say, well, let me tell you, overall, it's pretty great, but there are a few spots that I've seen. So factor that into your pricing. Where's that integrity at, guys? We got to do better than this. And it's disappointing, but again, I'll say this, it stops with me. I will not pass those things forward. And I will show my kids what it means to have integrity about what you do and about, and about who you're about. So that's all I got for today. You guys be blessed. I think I just needed to get it off my chest. Plus the battery's blinking, so I think it's about to end. Talk soon.